Welcome back
to
Eros Estates.
Today, we take you down one of Tijuana's most famous boulevards, Bulevar Agua Caliente.
This is not just a street, it's a living museum. It once held icons that shaped the city's identity, casinos, towers, pool rings, and now stadium.
And in this first chapter, we'll explore its beginnings, how natural hot springs gave birth to the boulevard, and how a tower became its eternal symbol. Origins from hot springs to boulevard. Section 1. In the early 20th century, travelers from California flocked south to enjoy the hot springs of Tijuana. The area was called Agua Caliente, literally hot water.
By the 1920s, developers saw the potential. The road leading there was expanded and beautified, eventually becoming what we now call Bulevar Agua Caliente.
Think of it as the red carpet of Tijuana. It was the entryway to glamour, casinos, racetracks, luxury hotels, and later bullfights.
And in many ways, the boulevard symbolized opportunity. Mexico was recovering from its revolution, and Baja California was reinventing itself with tourism and entertainment.
Real estate lesson number 1. Infrastructure creates value. A simple road to hot springs became the backbone of an entire economic corridor. Section 2. The Tower of Agua Caliente. Rise and fall. In 1929, a tower was built as part of the Agua Caliente complex. White walls, Moorish arches, and bell towers. It looked like something out of a Mediterranean postcard.
It wasn't just decoration. The tower was a beacon for travelers, a symbol that Tijuana had entered the big league of international tourism.
But in 1956, tragedy struck. A fire consumed the original tower, erasing one of Tijuana's most recognizable landmarks.
Yet, the story didn't end. In 1988, a replica was constructed. Today, it still stands on Boulevard Agua Caliente, reminding us both loss and resilience.
And here's the lesson. Symbols matter. Even a replica carries emotional and cultural value that boosts the corridor's identity.
In real estate, legacy is not only about land, it's about memory, and memory sells.
So we've seen how hot springs created opportunity and how a tower became a symbol of resilience.
Now, we'll dive into the legends of the casino, the grandeur of the Hipódromo, and its rise of the Toreo de Tijuana.
Section 3. The Casino and Complex, Hollywood's playground. By 1928, Bulevar Agua Caliente had become the gateway to Mexico's most ambitious project, the Agua Caliente Casino and Hotel.
Funded by American investors during U.S. Prohibition and approved by Governor Aleli Rodriguez, the complex offered everything Americans couldn't get at home: gambling, alcohol, horse racing, and absolute freedom.
Hollywood icons like Clark Gable, Rita Hayworth, and Charlie Chaplin came here. The casino's ballroom glittered with chandeliers, and the gardens felt like a Mediterranean resort.
Agua Caliente became a symbol of Mexico's cross-border economic strategy. But in 1935, President Lázaro Cárdenas outlawed casinos nationwide. Overnight, the doors closed and the glamour vanished.
It was proof that politics can decide the fate of real estate empires. Investors lost millions and Tijuana's economy plunged.
Yet, the Hipódromo survived, and with it, part of the legend.
Section 4. The Toreo de Tijuana, the bullring of the people. 3 years later, in 1938, Tijuana unveiled a new crown jewel, the Toreo de Tijuana, a monumental bullring on Boulevard Agua Caliente.
It wasn't just for bullfights. It hosted concerts, circuses, wrestling, and political rallies. The Toreo became the cultural heart of Tijuana for nearly 70 years.
Generations grew up with Sunday afternoons at the Toreo. For many, it symbolized community as much as tradition.
But by 2007, the Toreo was demolished. Developers argued the land was needed for modern projects, while locals mourned the loss of a cultural icon.
And here lies a real estate paradox: progress versus preservation. What do we keep and what do we sacrifice?
For investors, The message is clear. Community attachment can be as strong as financial value. Ignore it and you risk controversy.
Section 5. The Hipódromo and Estadio Caliente reinvention. While the casino and Toreo disappeared, the Hipódromo endured. Horse racing never stopped completely, and betting became its lifeline.
By the 2000s, Grupo Caliente transformed the area again. They built the Estadio Caliente, inaugurated in 2007, home of the Club Tijuana Xolos.
Suddenly, Bulevar Agua Caliente had a new energy. Thousands of fans filled the stadium. The area turned into a hub of sports, entertainment, and nightlife.
And that's the beauty of legacy corridors. They adapt from casinos to racetracks, from bull rings to stadiums. The land always finds a way to reinvent itself.
Investors who understand this know that prime locations never truly die. They evolve. So far, we've seen the casino's glory, the Toreo's community, and the Hipódromo's resilience.
And now we'll uncover what stands on Bulevar Agua Caliente today. Modern towers, plazas, and lessons for investors who want to balance history with progress.
Section 6. What exists today? The modern boulevard. Today, when you drive down Bulevar Agua Caliente, you're not just passing through busy avenue. You're tracing the layers of Tijuana's past.
Every block has a story, from the replica of the historic tower that still watches over the city to the modern skylines of the glass towers that now dominate the boulevard.
After decades of transformation, this corridor has become one of Tijuana's most strategic arteries. It connects the Hipódromo, Zona Rio, and Chapultepec, three of the city's most valuable districts.
And it's no coincidence. Where the area was once a casino and bull ring, today stand commercial plazas, financial offices, and luxury developments.
The land that once hosted matadors now holds high-rise buildings like Plaza Toreo City and Toreo Surgical Center, Adam and Gran Toreo, symbols of vertical living and modern urban planning.
According to local real estate data, square meter prices here range from $2,000 to $3,500, depending on proximity to major intersections. That's among the highest in Tijuana.
And that's no surprise. Bulevar Agua Caliente is more than a road. It's a business ecosystem. It's home to hospitals, corporate offices, international franchises, and private clinics.
Developers have shifted from horizontal expansions to vertical optimization. Every meter counts and every building competes not just for views, but for prestige.
But even amid this modern rush, traces of history remain. The old fountain near the Hipódromo, the replica tower, and the campus of the Preparatoria Federal Lázaro Cárdenas remind us where it all began.
And that balance between nostalgia and progress is what makes Bulevar Agua Caliente so powerful. It's a mirror of Tijuana itself, bold, restless, and unstoppable.
So what we see today is not just gentrification, it's evolution, a century of change condensed into one boulevard.
And for investors, that evolution is the ultimate lesson. Cities grow, icons fall, but prime corridors like this one always rise again.
And finally, we'll talk about the legacy of Bulevar Agua Caliente, the lesson it teaches modern investors, and how its history still shapes the future of real estate in Tijuana. Section 7. Real Estate Lessons and Legacy Corridors. When we talk about Bulevar Agua Caliente, we're not just describing a street, we're talking about a living classroom for urban evolution.
It teaches us how infrastructure shapes opportunity, how laws can both destroy and revive markets, and how identity becomes a visible currency of real estate.
Think about it. Every phase, casino, bull ring, stadium, skyscraper, represents a shift in social demand. Yet the land never lost its value. It simply adapted to a new purpose.
Exactly. Investors who bought here in the 1980s when the area seemed stagnant have seen property values multiply more than tenfold. Location and story, that's the unbeatable formula.
And those who invest today are buying more than property. They're buying access to the city's heartbeat, proximity to Zona Rio, connectivity to the border, and the prestige of historic corridor.
From a legal perspective, Tijuana's urban development plan identifies this zone as a mixed-use corridor of strategic density. That means future projects can blend housing, commerce, and tourism, a goldmine for sustainable investment.
Real estate lesson number 2. The best investments are not only profitable, they're meaningful. People love to live where stories were written. When you walk down Bulevar Agua Caliente today, you're literally stepping on a century of dreams. From the sound of roulette wheels to the roar of the Cholo's band.
And that's the spirit of Tijuana, a city that reinvents itself again and again. Every loss becomes a new chapter.
For us, as real estate professionals, it's a reminder that behind every square meter, there's a human story of ambition, resilience, and identity.
So, if you're an investor or a dreamer looking for a place that holds both history and future, Bulevar Agua Caliente is calling.
This is Eros Estates. Leave us a comment and let's explore the opportunities that still pulse through this legendary boulevard and help you become part of its next chapter.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who loves Tijuana, real estate stories, or simply believes that cities have souls.
Thank you for joining us up to the end of this video because every property has a story and every story deserves to live on.
See you next time.